Welcome back to the 30 Minutes of Fame podcast. Today, I'm excited about this episode. This is Tim from Massachusetts in the States. We crossed paths about maybe 7 years ago on Twitter, the evil Twitter, which is only evil if you let it be. But I got invited to a chat by our friend Michael called the Fit Fam, and Tim was in there. He just set on a mission. So we'll get into that. But Tim, man, welcome to my show.
I'm happy to be here. Glad we got to do this finally.
Yeah, I'm fired up, man. So your original starting weight the first time, like how heavy were you at your biggest?
In 2019, I was 462 pounds.
Unreal. And then you were doing good. You lost a ton of weight. And
I
then I
got
was
I got down to 308. I
yeah,
was preparing for a 5K that I ended up doing with my mom, and somewhere around just like a lot of things happening in my life at once, I fell off the wagon. And it sucks because it was like a solid 2 years of working out and like trying my best at everything, and I just fell off the wagon. I just gained it back over time. It
yeah.
takes a while to go all the way back, but I never went all the way back. I never went all the way back to 462. That was kind of like one of those things where I was like, I never want to see that number again, but I never wanted to see 400 again either. And I saw 400 a few different times.
And to me, you did something so brave. I don't remember the exact date, but I was looking at it. You came in here in our little group chat and you just said, guys, this is embarrassing, but I'm starting over. And that was cojones, man. That was brave. And you kept coming in with these updates and hey, I'm redoing this and I've lost this much and lost this much. And it inspired me. And with my little podcast here, I made you a deal that once you get under that 300 mark, we're going to do a show and tell everyone right now, as of today, what you're at.
I'm down to 281.8.
Yes.
I had a
And
big loss today, actually. I got down like 3 pounds today out of nowhere. No idea why. So
and when people watch this, I'm going to fire up I'll put up a picture of you at your biggest point. And then when you hit the reset mark and look at today, you look like I don't even know how old you are, but to me, you look 10 years younger in these pictures, and you're just beaming, man. Your smile is firing me up right now.
I'm 33 right now.
Okay.
When I first tried to lose weight, I was in my 20s. So, it's you keep getting older. Every time you try and start again, it's always older. And it feels like it was easier the first time, but I've had more success this time. So I guess maybe this time is sometimes easier on some regards.
Yeah.
I
With
have
me, I
more
would
stuff
start
that I
and
have
stop.
to juggle. So
I started and stopped so many times, and I do a lot of addictions and recovery episodes here, and people relapse. You just hit that reset button, right? You get back on it. I know it's easier said than done, but here we are, how similar addiction and weight loss are. It's uh it's pretty easy. I mean, I didn't go to a gym there for about 8 or 9 months, but I didn't put on any weight because I was eating pretty good, but I lost my fire, and part of me regaining my fire was you coming in this chat and posting your updates, man. I'm like, hell yeah, I gotta have Tim on my show. I gotta get back to the gym, and we're gonna be doing an episode 1 year from today, whatever today's date is, and then we'll see where we both are. I think it's the 19th. 19th.
February 19th. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so how you feeling? Like, how does it feel? Like, do you ever think is this one gonna stick? Like, there's no going back now because we're on here. You're accountable to my tens of listeners.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care if anyone ever sees this. This is for you and me right here, basically.
Exactly.
And it really has to do with uh just going to that well again and realizing how many times you've fallen off, like how many times uh like well, just go back through my timeline real quick. So I met you and I was really heavy, and our mutual friend Mike inspired me to finally lose the weight, right? And I'd tried over the years, and you'd lose 20 pounds here and stop. You'd lose 20 pounds there and be like, okay, well, something else is going on in my life. I'm going to prioritize that. It was just the amount of time of all right, I'm going to prioritize myself and try and figure out if I can like do everything else afterwards, like so I got down to 308. I went back to 406, I think, is what ended up happening. And I actually paid for a personal trainer. He's still a good friend of mine. He checks in on me. It's really, really nice. Um, and I got down to 349 with him over 3 months. I paid for 3 months and we got down to 349 and I felt like I was on a roll. And then things happened in my personal life and I didn't have a job for a little bit and just stuff seemed to roll the opposite direction again. And then March of last year is March 23rd. That's the my new start date. So I'm not even a full year yet down this well. And so March 23rd I was 425.8 again. Again, looking at myself and being like, all right, so I'm getting married in November. So November 2025, I got married, but it was like a big goal for me to be like, I want to be able to look at my own wedding pictures and be happy with the guy that I'm seeing in those. I'm gonna see those forever. Like I love my wife, I love my partner, like we are we're solid, and I'm gonna see those photos forever. It's just what kept ringing in my mind. So I tried really hard to lose at least 100 pounds, and I hit 100 pounds on the day of my wedding, the
Oh,
morning before I went to the venue, which was insane. It was like the biggest fire up moment ever, and it was like a 2 pound drop from the day before. So it was like literally like it felt like fate.
that's unreal, man. Do you ever go into like your suit, whatever you're wearing, you pick what size you would have been at your biggest and just go into a store and try it on?
No, I did. Actually, the biggest, the funny thing is, so that suit store that I went to, I really wanted to go to this specific suit place that, I had picked out. Like the suit that I wanted was in this specific like niche store, and when you look at it, it just looks like a navy blue suit, the one I ended up picking. But I wanted to go to these guys because they're a small owned business that they for the life of the suit, they will tailor it down. So I can actually bring it back, the suit that I was at 325 pounds, and be like, hey, I've lost more weight. Can you guys tailor it back down? They'll do that for me, which is kind of cool.
Wow, well, they probably have
And
enough material to make a second suit out of that.
yeah. Well, they said eventually if I get too small, I'll have to get a different suit. But they said within like a certain parameter, I could still
Yeah.
get it altered down. And I couldn't actually get a suit like that was as big as I would have had to have done it at 425. So I was a 4XL pushing a 5XL on some things. And this shirt that I'm wearing now is a 3XL. It's just because I have 3XL stuff left over from when I got really like down to 308. But I'm at 2XL now for everything. I'm wearing a
Oh,
size 40 waist jean right now, which is crazy to me too.
that's
Uh,
awesome, man. You know what you need to look at? So with the jean size, okay, I'll never buy anything in there, but those fancy Abercrombie, whatever, the Gap stores.
yeah.
So the largest jean size they have is 36.
Oh,
So
yeah.
once you hit a size 36, I guess that's considered, you know, fashionable for the cool kid store. But my biggest jean size was 46, but my suit size was 52. But now I'm in a 32. So if I wanted to go into like the Gap or whatever, which I won't because I'm not paying 200 bucks for a pair of jeans. I go to Value Village or whatever, right? If
Yeah.
I did want to go in there, they're not going to kick me out. Like, hey, you big boy, get out of this store. What are you doing in here?
Hmm. I
This
don't
is
said it anywhere, but this is my old belt. This is my old belt. And oh, it's a 58.
wow.
58. Old
Wow.
belt.
So have you flown anywhere since dropping all this weight?
No, but I've thought to myself that I want to visit my cousin, and he is going to be stationed in Washington State next year. Uh, Currently, he's stationed in Italy. I don't want to go across the
Yeah.
cross seas, like I don't really like super like crazy long flights, but he's going to be in Washington State next year, and I'd really like to be able to go see him. So it'll be mind blowing when he's over there, and I can just hoping to not need a like a seatbelt extender or nothing
Yeah,
either.
that's a pretty low feeling, man. Probably the second lowest. When I was 392, I tried to go on, my biggest was 392.
Mm.
And I tried to go on a roller coaster ride and they couldn't get that bar done up. So I had to do the walk of shame where you walk off the ride because you're too fat to fit in it. And I've never been back since, but I mean now I could fit in one, but I remember having to use those seatbelt extenders and then the first time I flew to Toronto to see my family and I got that thing done up. I was still pretty huge, but I didn't need that extender. And what a feeling, man. It's gold.
Yeah, the non-scale victories that you just see in the day-to-day is like I know people talk about them all the time. Like those are like the biggest parameters, but I walked into BJ's, like the wholesale place, and they had size 42 jeans. And this was like last month. And I picked up a size of 42s and I picked up a size of 40s and I got them at the same time and I was like, "All right, I know the 40s don't fit. That's fine, but they will fit at some point." And the 42s are going to fit right now, and I'll just wear like I had to buy a new belt, obviously. That's that old belt, and I had a second belt. That belt don't fit anymore either. I'm on my third new belt. So
You know what's wild,
it's
man? I
just
gotta
it's
show you
just
some.
nice to be able to be like, yeah, I mean, they're just Wrangler jeans. But it was like 25 bucks for a pair of jeans. That's my price.
That's beautiful. So this shirt here, I don't know if you can see it,
Yep.
but so this was a size large. And when someone bought this for me for as a Christmas gift, I think it was as a joke, and I was XXXL then. But I
Mm,
tried it on anyway for a picture, okay? And it's a Maple Leaf shirt, my hockey team.
yep.
Someone that was there who I want to talk about said, "You look like a sausage trying to escape a meat factory." And every time I worked out, I thought about it. And it motivates. It's loose on me now. I can fit into it good, but it's you got to hang on to stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And I almost sent that person a picture of me, and I'm like, "Look, the sausage escaped the factory," but I'm not that, you know. You just use that shit to motivate you.
I actually found I found a really old like hoodie that was I think it's either a 4XL tall because I was getting tall sizes to avoid getting a 5XL or it's
Yeah,
a 5XL and it is a dress now but I wore it I go to the gym on Wednesdays with my friends because my off days are Wednesday Thursday and we go on Wednesdays all together. And I wore it as like a pump cover, and it was like the perfect pump cover. You can't see shit underneath there. It's a dress. Like,
so if anyone's watching this right now, that my biggest thing about my little podcast is helping at least one person from every episode. I don't care how many plays it gets. I don't care if shit goes viral. I don't make anything off this. I'm so far away from YouTube money, but if somebody's watching this right now that's either struggling with their weight or going through anything, what's your message to them?
a couple things. One is, and it might sound a little hokey, but I have a whiteboard that I've had with me forever, and it's got like a mantra that changes based on what weight I'm at. Um, like there are things that I write to myself, and if it has no value anymore, I erase them.
Hmm.
But if it's something that I can look at and I draw inspiration from, I keep it on the whiteboard. And then there's like my starting weight, my goal weight, my current weight, my lowest weight. And my wife wrote a nice, cute message on that too. Just things I can look at that it's kind of like I know all these things, but when I can visually see it, I'm a visual learner. If I can visually see it every single day when I wake up in the morning, it's not that big of a whiteboard. It's like maybe like yay, you know? And I think I got it for like $12 on Amazon. I bought it back in 2019 actually. So this whiteboard has been with me for a long time, whether I'm actively using it or not. Um, but I can actually read the three things I have on there right now that I consider my mantra if you want.
Oh, of course, go for it.
Consistently making progress is better than perfection, which is a big one for me. Like progress over perfection was like huge because I was in the gym all the time. And if like on my first one, my first journey, I was in the gym all the time. And I thought to myself, if I wasn't in the gym, that was failure. And I was beating myself up mentally, you know? And so we don't do that anymore. The second one is my mind will not hinder what my body can do.
Hmm.
So, my mind trying to be like, I need a rest day versus my body is not sore. You don't take the rest day. You know, like your body can go, then do it. You know, like it was like one of those things that I really used that one at the beginning because my wife bought me a treadmill, like a $4,000 treadmill. She saved up so much money to get one that would hold a guy that was over 400 pounds.
Wow.
This thing is a tank. It was in my basement, and I wasn't going down and using it. I would say, "Oh, our basement's cold. I don't want to be down there." But then like the other brain like going on in my head is like, well, if you start working out, it's not gonna be fucking cold anymore. Sorry, I don't know if I could swear or not. And you know, like it was just a couldn't get going thing. I would complain about it all the time. Like I can't go on there right now. Like I can't do that. I can't do the other thing. And then as soon as I start reminding myself that my mind is not the one that's necessarily the bottom line here, my body can do it. So let's go do it. And I don't care if it takes forever. I don't care if it's not very long. We went down there and we did it. So I set myself a minimum amount of time and I set myself a maximum amount of time if I had forced myself to do it, you know? So like sometimes you get on the treadmill and you're like, all right, well, this is better than I thought. So I'm gonna stay on here. But I didn't want to like punish myself. I wasn't using it as punishing myself for saying like I wasn't like doing the right thing that day. So I would be on there for at least 25 minutes and maximally an hour. So anything, if I'd had to force myself on there, we shouldn't be on there longer than an hour, you know? And the last part of my mantra, and this last one has changed a bunch of times, but this one has stuck around the last 40 pounds or so, um, because it's getting a little harder because I'm lower in weight, you know? This one says, I trust myself to right my ship in any storm.
Ah,
So the plateaus that you see, the plateaus they're annoying because you're doing the right thing, you're getting your steps in, you're eating the right things, you're doing everything right, and you're just stuck. Like the scale goes up slightly, it goes down slightly, it pauses. Like I feel like I'm riding the waves. So like I just have to right my ship, you know, like that it's fine. Like mentally, I just have to kind of take a back seat. I weigh myself every day. I know that might be kind of neurotic, but I like the data, you know? I like being able to be like, okay, so um here's the average of my week, you know? And it's something that I started doing with that trainer that I had paid for and I actually really liked it. And I'm kind of a nerd, so it works out. To just see every single day. So every day I weigh in and um sometimes I'm like flabbergasted by it because like today I was down 3 pounds from yesterday, which was insane. Didn't expect that. I didn't do anything crazy incredible yesterday. I worked out with my friends. You know, I worked out with my friends. I ate my standard amount. I've been eating like 2370 per day. It's slightly under 24. When I was trying to lose weight for the wedding, I was eating like 2100 calories, which was like insane, insanely low for a guy that was in the 300s. So,
if you don't
um,
mind, I'd like to give you a quote to put on your board for a little bit just from the show.
yeah, sure.
A
Yeah,
quote that
yeah.
stuck with me, like one of my military veteran friends said it to me. It was
Yeah.
dealing
You
with
tell
deep.
me. I'm gonna go write it right now. All right, you
All
ready?
right.
All right.
So just because the past taps you on the shoulder, it doesn't mean you have to turn around and look.
Just because the past taps you on the shoulder.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to turn around and look. probably one of the wisest things I've ever heard in my life, and it's stuck with me ever since. Like with my drinking and how I used to eat, or those old fun times when they come tapping or stuff comes back from my stabbing and all that garbage.
Yeah.
I only turn around and look to see how far I've come because I'll never go back to that ever.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. I like that one.
And the children's book that I wrote, The Wise Old Owl, that was her quote to the little fox, right, that got attacked. When the past taps you on the shoulder, you don't have to turn around and look. So that one stuck with me. So now I'm on your whiteboard.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. So what's your end goal, man? What's your goal weight? Are you gonna be running 10K, a marathon, New York,
Well,
Boston
actually,
Marathon?
I'm actually getting really decent at cardio. My friends warm up, and I'll get to the goal in a sec. But I just want to say
Yeah.
I've been impressing myself with my friends warm up on the treadmill and do 15 minutes of cardio before we do our lifts. We always lift heavy together on Wednesdays, and that's my back and triceps day. And I've been doing a mile the last few times, and that doesn't sound that impressive, a 15-minute mile, or I guess yesterday it was a 13:53 minute mile, but um, I know you measure in kilometers, so
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what it is in kilometers, but
It's like two and a
um,
half.
I uh, my personal best is a 13:33 minute mile. So I would like to do like a 10K at some point. I feel like I'm getting just better at it, which I never expected. Cardio wasn't like the thing that I was gravitating towards or nothing, but uh, like I said, I'm a nerd with numbers. So if I can beat my personal best and just keep going and get to the next thing, like I had interest in doing 5Ks. 5K feels like not enough now, probably. 10K would probably be more my speed. Not that I've ever ran one, but I have a friend that has been trying to lose weight too, and I was trying to kick his tires to see if he would sign up for one of those like road races with me or something. So we're getting to spring, and that's kind of like usually when they start doing them is March and April and stuff. So
You know, one of
my
my
goal
one of my old boxing
currently,
trainers. Sorry, I'll get to your goal in just a second. You just reminded me of something.
yeah, yeah.
One of my old boxing trainers, you know these resistant bands that go around your legs for doing all kinds
Mhm.
of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Put one of those on your knees. Put the treadmill on the full incline on two speed and do that for 10 minutes. Man, you the next day you won't even be able to sit down. Like I showed my girlfriend this the other night and she put on the wristbands. She did 2 minutes and it's kind of like you're doing like a slow kind of squat walk with it, but
Yeah.
on like an 8 incline, it's hell, man. It's if you ever want to scare someone that comes to a gym with you, do that to them. And they'll be like, But sorry, yeah, your goal. Let's get there.
Yeah, my first goal was like 200, but once I get closer to it, I feel like I'll have like a better idea of like if I feel like I can push it farther. But 200, like I never expected to even really get close. Like as I keep getting close, I'm 81 pounds away. I'm 81.8 pounds away from 200, which
Wow.
is like still seems like a lot of weight, but also in my mind, I'm like I've already lost 144. So like 81 pounds is seems easy compared to 144 that I've already lost. And I know that's going to get harder as I get smaller, but when I get to 200, I'm just going to reassess, like um maybe I want to do like a like 190 or 180. I think for my height, they always say I'm supposed to be like 160. I never want to be that small.
No.
Um I can lift a lot of weight right now, so I feel like if I got that small, that would kind of be like I'd look kind of gross. Like,
See, I'm 6'2" around there, and I just got the 229. That's my lowest I've been since I was in high school. And
yeah,
I'm happy here, so I don't weigh myself anymore. But
yeah,
one little trick me and my girlfriend are doing to keep us motivated to go to the gym is that we're picking our favorite charities, and we joined a month ago. We've done 14 workouts together. So our two favorite charities, every time we go to the gym and work out, we're donating 50 cents to that charity for the year.
Oh, nice.
So by 12 months, and then I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, it'll stack up. Yeah.
yeah, days if you don't want to go, I mean, I really don't not want to go to the gym anymore because I got my fire back. But the other night I was on Twitter and there was a 102-year-old war veteran was doing hammer curls.
Nice.
And I'm like, holy shit, I will never make an excuse not to go to the gym ever again.
I
So,
you're welcome for getting your fire back apparently.
oh
So
man, it was part of it for sure. Part of my girlfriend, your post when I'm like, holy shit, man. Tim can come in here and just admit, like, he's starting over, he's hitting the reset button. Boom. So anyone out there watching this, if you start and fail, it doesn't matter how many times you start and fail. Because one time you're going to start and you're never going to fail again when it comes to, your weight. But
yeah. There was a
amazing, man.
piece of this puzzle that I think I wanted to highlight because it was it's not just like weight loss. And part of my journey was last year in like March and April was finding out that and it was kind of on a hunch, by the way. I went to my doctor and told them, "Hey, I want to talk to an endocrinologist because I think my testosterone is low." It he put me on every single test possible, which sucked. Blood tests, like an MRI, which was scary, by the way, because I have a huge ass head, and like it's just
Oh,
a cage. Just I hated it, and freaked me out. Actually, I cried. And I'm so glad that there's nothing wrong with my brain because I could not handle brain surgery or nothing if there was something wrong with my pituitary, but which is what he was worried about. But then, yeah, no. So my testosterone was, um, well, let me talk to you first about like the range that it's supposed to be at. It's supposed to be between 300 and 1,000 um, nanograms per decibel, right? That's just how they measure hormones, I guess. I tested twice because I got results back and I didn't believe them, so I did it again. 37. I was a 37 in March of 2025. And I'm supposed to at least be a 300.
holy shit, man.
It's crazy to see that. And then my free testosterone was 6. I don't remember exactly what that's supposed to be, but it's not supposed to be 6.
Hmm.
So, my doctor told me like I had choices. My choices were I could go to like it depended on what my goals were. And we were still kind of in the testing stuff because he was still like, I don't know why it's that low. So he came to me with I don't know what your family plans are, if your wife and you, or my fiance at the time, wanted to have your own children or not, because if you don't, we can put you on testosterone right now. And it's not that the artificial testosterone makes it so you can never have kids, but it makes it so you'd have to come off of it, and then your body would have to start making testosterone again. And it's my testosterone was so low that even with weight loss, it would never be the right parameter. So, um, he was like, or you can go to like fertility clinic and all that stuff. So we ended up doing like some fertility stuff, because I guess there's some drugs you can take where it will naturally raise your testosterone and you don't have to be on the artificial testosterone, something called Clomid. But I never had to go down that route. And I'm actually on testosterone now. And the reason and not because I don't want my own kid, but because we found out through a genetics test that I have what's called mosaic Klinefelter syndrome,
Hmm.
which is basically a mutation that happened when I was in the womb that made it so, long story short, I just have severely low testosterone, like through the floor. And it was a struggle coming to terms with the fact that I just would never have my own biological kid. They were saying that my testosterone was so low that which isn't necessarily like the range from under 300 could be 100, 200 to be so low to 37. They really thought that they were like, we can do like these two like kind of invasive surgeries if you want to maybe possibly have a biological kid, or you can just go on testosterone and know that if you want to have a kid, you're gonna have to use a artificial like a sperm donor is what we'd have to do,
Hmm.
which is actually what we're going to end up doing at some point. Um, just not right this second, but at some point, you know. Um, my wife will kill me if I make it sound like she's currently pregnant right now. But we already have three kids. I'm a stepdad to three kids. She already had three kids when I started dating her, and I um, I feel night and day on the testosterone. My testosterone is now 1,000. It's
Wow.
over 1,000 sometimes, and it's cool to just stay there, you know. Um, I actually just did my testosterone shot today, right into my butt. Everybody loves that. But uh I was never able to grow facial hair at all.
Hmm.
My old photos, I'm just you can see my double chin really, really good because I had no a way of growing a beard.
Hmm.
So now I'm in the process of trying to grow this. It's patchy. I just shaved it a little bit down because I just got a haircut, you know. But it was part of the story because in all the other times I've tried to lose weight and lifted weights, having no testosterone basically and trying to grow muscle is insanely hard.
Hmm.
They were just like, I don't even know why you kept trying. Like, he didn't say it like that. He was just like, it's so hard for you to gain muscle with that small amount of testosterone in your body that it's a wonder that you didn't like fall off the wagon sooner. Like on all those times you tried to lift weights, and I was never really lifting more weight. It took me months to go to the next thing. Like progressive overload was I would lift the same thing for like 6 weeks. And then I'd try like 5 pounds more. And then I'd have to shove, like, I would have to push myself to make it go up, you know, like it's night and day. I'm lifting so much more weight. Like, and I'm so proud of that. And it's because my testosterone's at normal level, and that's just a part of my chapter from last year.
I
I
love
haven't
it.
even been on testosterone a whole year yet either. I started in July of last year. So
Well, man, you're just beaming. I can just see it. I know I've never talked to you face to face, but just only on, but this has been freaking cool, man. This is gonna inspire a lot of people.
yeah,
I
hopefully.
and
I just wanted to make sure I said that specific kind of Kleinfelters because like I'm on some Reddit communities and stuff, but like people that like in my case, I didn't know I had it until I was 33.
wow,
Like, like if you feel like your testosterone's low, you never know. You can go to the
you never
doctor.
know.
Maybe that's like what's going on. And it was kind of mind blowing to find out. So,
Well, here's a message to everyone listening. If you're out there and you're unsure of something, just go get checked out. You never know what, go see a doctor, go get a physical. Uh,
uh, you know, when
eight,
we're really big, I get why not. You don't want to go. Being a big guy, you're
yeah.
just like, I know they're going to give me bad
Oh
news.
yeah, man. 8 years ago, I was on 16 different pills for
Yeah, no, just
cholesterol, blood pressure, type 2 diet, and I'm on zero. I don't
I
think it,
somehow got lucky in all of my times in the 400s to never be on any medication because I was pre everything. I was pre hypertensive, pre diabetic, pre whatever. I was just slightly under the parameter, and my blood pressure would somehow always be like fine, 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 high, high. And on the third one, when it had to be high again to be actually hypertensive, it was low. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's good. I was just skating by.
I love
But
it.
like, it's not a way to live, you know?
No,
Like, just skating by the like all of these big, big issues. Like, I am so glad. I'm not pre anything. I don't think right now. I'm actually going for my yearly physical in a couple weeks, which is going to be probably mind blowing to the doctors, probably. But um, uh, they're going to take blood work and be like, "Oh, that's insane."
yeah. You know what's funny? So when I first lost my first 100 pounds, I felt good. And my doctor had me on all this milligrams of this, milligrams of this. And so I just stopped taking my pills. I got an appointment in 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what happens. So I go back to the doctor and he's like, pulls out his chart, looking at the test results and stuff. He's like, well, I think these blood pressure pills are working because let's cut your dosage down in half to 10. I'm like, okay. So I went along with him, right? He didn't know I wasn't taking anything. So I go back 6 months later. He's like, wow, I think we might be ready to take you off like half of these. I'm like, doc, I haven't taken a pill in a year, man. I'm like, sorry if that affects your like prescription, commission or something, because they get it, right? They get
Oh yeah, yeah.
I won't really get into that, but they do get trips to Hawaii for a conference, depending on how much stuff they give out. But
Yeah.
for a conference. But yeah, man, it felt so good. I'm not recommending anyone out there self-diagnose yourself, but I just wanted to try it. And I've
Yeah.
never gone back. And I went for 2 cents and not back on any of those things. So it's an awesome feeling.
I I am on, or I was on. So I tried a GOP last year. I tried Zepbound, and it was awesome. Honestly, I don't want to be one of those people that like is afraid of talking about it. I said it in the chat. It was one of those things where like I struggled with a couple different things that the GLP said it would help with. And I tried Zepbound because it was like the only one that actually said it was specifically weight loss, and diabetes was like an after thing. Like it helps with diabetes, whatever. Um, and my sister got on it too, and it was really helpful with taking away all of the thinking about food every minute of every day, which is something that I like I struggle with. And it was like the number one thing, and my wife can even attest to it. Like I had said on previous times trying to lose weight, the hardest thing about it was I always felt hungry all the time because I'm eating in a deficit. So I always felt like I was starving. And while I was on Zepbound, I can't be on it anymore because my insurance actually pulled coverage for it, which sucks. But I had no side effects. Which
Hmm.
is, I'm like one of like they're saying like 30% of people or something like that don't really have side effects on them. I didn't have any of the GI stuff. I wasn't nauseous, etc. It just worked. All the good side effects. Um, and my doctor was actually upset when he found out my insurance was pulling it because he was just like, "You've lost a lot of weight on it." I started it probably around the same time as the testosterone, so I had about half a year, like a solid half a year with Zepbound, and I finished it up actually January, so like 7 months ish. And everyone kept saying like, "Hey, when you come off of it, you're going to gain the weight back." And I'm like, "I don't think you understand how I've been using it."
Yeah.
I don't think you understand that I didn't just sit on my ass and let it do its thing and I just didn't eat, which I feel like is like the bad thing that everyone looks at these medications of, you know, is that you can just take them and they make you less hungry so that you eat less calories and then you lose weight. I was using them as like I'm already going to the gym. I'm already going to the gym. I'm already getting my steps in. I'm already drinking my water. I'm already taking my supplements, like creatine and vitamins and collagen, stuff like that. I'm already taking all those. So this medication to add into it just made it easier to not like have those days where I would binge eat. I was eating because I was bored. I would feel like shit because I went over my calories. I didn't have those days because I didn't think about food at every waking moment of the day, which was freeing, you know? And coming off of the Zepbound, right? Uh, I knew I needed a plan to be like, well, that was the best thing I've ever had was not thinking about food at every waking moment of the day, you know? And my deficit on Zepbound was not insanely high either. Like I was eating to like 2150 calories a day, which was a steep deficit, but it's not under eating, like crazy under eating where my energy was crap or whatever. I was still lifting weights 4 times a week. You can't lift weights for any amount of energy output. Eating not enough calories, you really can't like your muscles be like, all right, that's it. I can't lift the weight. Get out of here. You know, like so. I know I'm not like physically like eating enough calories to actually grow muscle. I'm just trying not to lose it while I'm losing the weight. You know,
Yeah.
and lifting more weight. I don't know if that's. I don't know how I'm actually gaining strength in the gym sometimes because I'm like I know physiologically I'm not supposed to be gaining muscle on a deficit, but I can move a lot of weight, which is so impressive to me because I'm just like, yeah, so I can lift my wife above my head. She only weighs 118 pounds, but that's a lot of weight above your head.
Yeah, no
You
doubt.
know? Um,
The other night at the gym, I picked up two of those, just two free weights. They're only 25 pounds each.
yeah.
And I just did a couple of laps of the gym walking around. I'm like, holy shit, man, this is only 50 pounds. And I've lost three times this. And what a wake up call that is. Or even in a grocery store, just pick up two 10-pound bags of potatoes and walk around a couple aisles with them, and you're gonna realize how, you know what I mean? It makes you really look at how far you've come already.
Yeah, I loaded up a barbell with how much weight I had lost, and this
Yeah,
was at 140. So when I had lost 140 pounds, I just loaded it up and held it as long as I could,
yeah,
you know? And yeah, I also did some shrugs, you know? But like I held it and I was just like, this is so much weight.
yeah.
And I think actually, another thing I want to talk about real quick on here was uh, kind of self body image stuff because when you're in it, you don't realize that you yourself have gotten smaller. And it's kind of like a you see it every day kind of thing. Um, and there were definitely times where you look at yourself and you're like, I don't see any difference at all.
Yeah.
You know, like you're standing naked in the bathroom about to take a shower, and you're just like, I still look basically how I started. You know, like I still look like this fat guy, you know? But then you see like I did a side by side picture on Facebook today, and it was mind blowing. It was exactly a year from today. I was severely overweight. The belly was overhanging everything. Like you could see how much fatter my legs were. It was insane to see that difference, you know? But when it's me inside my own body, I don't see it sometimes. Sometimes I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, man, I'm looking handsome now. But I, I look at myself sometimes and I'll be like, I look exactly the same. Like, where is my progress going, you know? So it's crazy to be so close to it, you know, and like just you just don't see it sometimes.
You
And
know, one
especially
time
when
I
you're going
was
through it.
one time I was standing naked, looking at myself in the mirror,
As one does.
and I thought to myself, any moment now I'm gonna be kicked out of this Starbucks. Just a little bit of dark humor for my listeners.
That's why they got the single stall ones, you know, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
man. I've got one more question for you, and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
Kind of how I end all my episodes, just a dumb question for lighten the mood. But
Mhm.
let's hear the Massachusetts version of this. Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me. A 100-meter pigeon carrying contest. How many pigeons could you fit in your arms and still have left in your arms at the end of the 100-meter race?
Well, I don't know how long 100 meters is. You have to excuse my
Let's say about half a mile.
half a mile. How many was it, pigeons?
How many pigeons could you carry in your arms and still have in your arms at the end of the race?
Well, it depends on how many I could befriend in that time. Because if I have some bread and stuff, I can just keep them around, you know. What they can take all of my food, whatever I have in my pocket, as long as they're still on my body. We're doing each other a solid here, you know.
Beautiful. So what's the number? What do you think? Give me a
I
guess.
think I'd probably befriend about five pigeons. I think
Five?
I about five of them that would be under my wing, as they would say. And another couple other idiots that followed along for the ride. So seven. We'll say
Seven.
seven
Okay, well
kids.
that'll put you in the top 10%
Oh, solid.
of my
Yeah.
70, 79, 80 episodes, whatever it is by the time this launches.
Oh, it's just because I'm a friendly guy. I can befriend birds pretty easily. I have a bird feeder out back. My wife always talks about how she needs to bring some bird seed out there because they're only friendly with me.
Awesome.
It's all the tufted titmice. We have an AI one that tells you how many different kinds of birds have come to your feeder,
All right.
and based on the different patterns, it tells you like how many like different birds based on their feather patterns there have been. We have apparently 900 tufted titmice,
What?
and I believe it. They're everywhere. Huh?
How AI trains them to take over the world. That sounds pretty cool. But yeah,
Well,
man,
I'm picking up some sunflower seeds out back, so
this was awesome. I'm so glad. Well, we finally got to meet face to face. Technically, we've been chatting
yeah.
for 8 years. Um, Thank you for helping relate my fire. Just you inspired me personally. I hope it's going to inspire a lot of people out there. And yeah, we're going to do an episode in a year from now on this exact day and see. I'm not going to look any younger. I just turned 50, but I don't care. I don't think about my age, but you just think like your wife, you just got married, how many more years you've added to your life in the last since you hit this restart with her.
I mean, honestly, like there were times where like I don't want to say I was depressed, but there were times where you'd think to yourself, she's gonna outlive me by like 20 years, like there's no
Yeah.
way around it. Like I was thinking to myself, like I'll be lucky if I hit like 60, I'll be lucky if that's where we get, and sitting at 32, 33, like you think to yourself, I'm like past my halfway point, being that big.
Yeah.
And it sucks to think like that because now it's like I got easily another 15 on top of that. Like I'm thinking 70s, 80s if I'm lucky, like
I was lucky. When I was in my 30s, well, I think I was your age actually. I was drinking 6 nights a week by the pitcher. And this one of my friends, she's 5'2", little singer, amazing woman. I'd never seen her mad. And I always look back on this because last call just happened. I was about 10 pitchers of beer in, like
mm,
probably like 25 drinks.
damn.
And she pulled me by my arm into a booth in this pub with a pot of coffee, 2 cups. And she looked me straight in the eyes and she said, if you don't smarten the F up, you're not going to see 50. And if I didn't, I wouldn't have. I know I wouldn't be here right now because I was on that path.
How
And
old are you now, you said?
I
50
just I
something?
just turned 50 in August.
Oh, okay, 50 exactly. All
And that
right.
was my 3 years sober. I've never and then this lady who I consider my guardian angel on earth, she passed away on my birthday 3 years ago.
Oh
So
wow.
that's every year on my birthday when I kind of get the temptation to go tie one on and maybe just have a drink or two. I think about her and that moment I had with her in that corner of the pub. I'll never go back again. I've never been intoxicated for the rest of my life. And
I think about how hard it is for people who need to be sober, you know? And I personally have made a choice to not drink. I had a drink on my wedding, and I knew I was going to have one on my wedding. It was just a flute of champagne, But um, I before that hadn't had a drink in like 15 months, and it was just one of those things where I'm like, I don't really feel like we need it. Um, I don't feel like I'm gaining anything from it. I like doing it, but I didn't think I was gaining anything from it. I thought that it was more of a hindrance than it was helping because you wake up the next day like you didn't sleep worth anything. You didn't sleep for crap. And if you drank too much, you're the hangover. It just I feel like the drinking was such a thing that you wanted to do growing up, right?
yeah,
And in my 20s, I did a lot of it. I brewed my own beer. I got really into it. I went to beverage service like classes because I have a degree in culinary arts. So I did like a whole um like a beverage service, like brewing beer class, wine tasting class, liquor class that somehow I was able to taste vodkas at 7 in the morning, which is insane to me now. I don't know how I was able to do that. I don't know if anyone wants to really do that, but it was the only class I could fit into my semester. So um, I still remember that shit. I've been out of college since 2014. So, but you know, I stopped drinking for the calories originally,
Yeah.
and I basically stay on it. And I've been kind of relating to people who are sober by other choices, you know, and I find it interesting that we can bond over it. Like my coworker is sober because he was like been on benders after benders after benders. Now he's been sober for I think it's like 8 years now.
Wow.
And he talks about how like you know, it used to be such a challenge to stay on it, and now he's like, if I don't stay on it, I'm hurting more people that I've bonded over the fact that we're on the straight and narrow line than it would be even a benefit to me to have a drink, you know? So that's kind of what I think about too, because I'm like, I don't it how many people would I be hurting in that case of having a drink and not only hurting my journey, but also everyone that I've related to because I've been like abstaining from a drink, you know? Um, I used to be a pothead too, by the way. I was a big like smoking out of a bong pothead, and when pot got legalized in Massachusetts, it was like a big like, oh my God, I can actually do it and no one's gonna care. And no, I don't even care for that either. You know, like
Beautiful. I I've only tried that once in my life. Sorry, mom, if you're watching, but for some odd reason, it made me feel like I peed in my pants. I was at a pub and I was doing karaoke. I was about to get up and sing, and I had partaked outside, and I came inside, and I was already drunk too. So I'm like, guys, did I piss myself? Like I'm about to sing. Can you look down? And I haven't touched it since. And yeah, that was my one experience with marijuana. Sorry, mom, again, if you're watching this episode, but part of life.
sorry, Dave's mom.
All right, dude. 1 year from today, we're gonna come on here again. You should consider starting your own podcast just to talk and about your journey. And you've got a lot of charisma, man. You could do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I used to hate looking at myself or hearing my voice, but now I'm starting to get used to it. But
Yeah, I never thought I would be interested in something like that, but you're right. Like it's definitely
something
something that
missing, like
maybe
from
I'll
this
look into.
world,
I
right? We
know.
text and we message, but there's no more face to face. So I mean, no, no, we're not technically face to face, but it's why I love doing this, just having a chat with people. And yeah, I think this will inspire a lot of folks out there.
I'm hoping to. That was
Yeah,
one
man.
one of the reasons I wanted to do it with you is, the tens of people that see it. Like, who knows who's gonna see it, and they'll be like, "Hey, man, like, I related to whatever that guy had to say." So I listen to a lot of podcasts myself for that similar reason. So
Well, I'll tell you, I'll tell you this before we go. I had a boxer on who was an addict, and he ended up going to Las Vegas, of all places, for rehab. And now he came out with me. He was so nervous about sharing his story and didn't know he was going to be able to talk. And then he wouldn't stop talking. It was amazing. And this is about 6 or 7 months ago. This episode was on, and a mom reached out to me. She had sent her kid, who was only 21, who was addicted to meth, and he watched the episode. And not only is he going to check into a clinic, he wants to join boxing. So
hey,
that episode had 62 plays, but that one person that's changed two lives right there. So that's what freaking matters, man. I don't care about
all you
numbers,
need.
right?
That's awesome, man. I love hearing that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And there's so many stories like that. And I just love doing this. And yeah, thanks for coming on, man. We made a promise that once you got under 300, you'd be on here, and here we are.
Yeah, and I was able to lose almost 20 pounds before that between that
Beautiful.
stage.
Beautiful. But yeah, anyone out there watching this, if you're on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, I'll put Tim's link in the description if he's okay with it. And
Yeah, yeah. Sounds good to me.
come join our Fit Fam. You never know what'll happen. But Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff I don't give a shit about, but my daughter tells me to say. And just go on someone's post, find a post, post a nice comment, say something nice to one person every day, and you can change someone's life. Where's my? I lost my mouse. There we go. I can edit the shit.